Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 34 review. Alright, so the review of this episode, we're going to get into it. So, first, what happens is you see the horses, and before that you also see Hanji, who she wants to go to the back to the town where Connie was, but she's got something in her bones that makes her feel like there's something there. You know what I mean there. About the Titan that was, standing there, stuck in the thing, which a lot of people think probably is the mom for Connie, or at least that's what I think it is. Not sure though, I can't confirm or deny this because we still got 3 more episodes left. But, anyways, so you get to the horses. They're going basically to try and get Eren. Also, as I say, Hanji, she wanted to go, but she couldn't because she could barely move. So the soldier that was with her decided to go for her, and he just basically told her to rest up. She's in no condition to go there. She's all beat up. So then we got most of this episode then was to show off Eren, Amir, Bertolt, and Reiner and Rhino, and we kind of get a little idea of them, but not really. Eren's like, he wakes up and his arms are gone. So there was some adjusting there. Amir just basically explained to him the situation, because he wanted to go into Titan form. He said that's not a good idea. We're surrounded by Titans. One, that's just like, possibly an abnormal that's just standing there, laying down, haven't taken his eyes off yet of them. Rhino had stolen Eren's or his equipment, his gear, basically, and freaking Bertolt had that random soldier's one that he killed, or ate and killed, but I'm assuming he killed him there. But so that's where they stand. Amir says basically we have to sit here and wait, because they're sitting there for nightfall, because the Titans, they explained that they can't move basically really at dark, or these Titans can't. They do a lot of explaining. They go over different things, about, some flashbacks. Eren's still kind of all pissed. He's like, can't believe it, because he lost. He's like, well, what happened to everybody? Shit like that. They tell him their plan, to take him, to their hometown and stuff, whatnot. We eventually get to see Rhino be, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I like to refer to him as. He's this warrior, but he's got this soldier mentality still. He still thinks he's a soldier even though he betrayed them. You know what I mean there? So Bertolt's like, snap out of it, you're a warrior, and freaking Amir is just like, laughing it up in her own cocky, thing, you know, and stuff like that. Amir, obviously has more wisdom when it comes to the Titan things, but we still don't know that much about her and what she's about. So there was that stuff, explanations, just basically, confrontation pretty much the whole time. Not really any action going on. They're setting up the battle for the next episode, which we'll get to that later. But basically, during the would-be commercial break, but of course Toonami doesn't air it. So on the FunimationNow app, if you watched it on Toonami, I did too. I watched it on Toonami, but I also watched it again on the FunimationNow app, since I have it anyways, to see what the public disclaimer information thing is, because Toonami cuts it, as we all know there. So if you're watching it on Toonami, you missed this. And again, a lot of very informative things are shown in here that they don't specifically explain in the anime most of the times, not all the time, but I think this one is definitely a good one. There, it explains about the regeneration, how the regeneration works in Attack on Titans with human Titans. So I'm going to read out the English translation, because they have the English translation from the Japanese little thing here. It is information available for public disclaimer, quotation marks, Titan regeneration. Those with the power to become Titans possess an inhabitable ability to regenerate. Their limbs can be dismembered and they initial organs destroyed, but as long as they survive, their bodies will regenerate back to normal, giving a significant time. So it's basically a slow regeneration process. It's not like Cell or Majin Buu or Piccolo, for any of my Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z subscribers that are watching this video. It's not one of those type of regenerations where they regenerate immediately there. It's over time. It takes about several hours, and makes sense because in the previous episode when Mikasa got woke up, they said it had been 5 hours since Eren, had been captured, and his arms were still gone. Makes sense. I don't think his arms were chopped, though. I think they chopped them later on, though. Because it looked like their arms were fine when, Rhino picked them up, or Bertolt picked them up. But Amir's arm and leg is still, not regenerated yet, and she lost her arm much, much later than Eren did, or much sooner, I should say, much sooner than Eren did. So I'm assuming her leg and arm will regenerate first there, because it doesn't explain specifically different Titans regenerate at different times. It just says over time, basically. But a very good informative thing to note for anybody who uses Eren in a Versus series, that this regeneration thing is not really a factor in a battle, because it takes several hours for them to get it back. But as long as basically, somewhat of their body part is still in existence, it can regenerate eventually. So, good informative thing to note. For anybody who watched it on Toonami, I watched it on Toonami first as well. But for anybody who doesn't have the stream, you know, this is something you missed there. Just saying. So, you got, there was a scene they showed once again with the horses. Mikasa, again, didn't really do that much, but Mikasa, had ridden forward with the horse. So she was like ahead of everybody, and they said you have to back up, because we can't lose formation there, So eventually she, goes back to where they are and stuff like that. But so there's intensity ready. Mikasa's all ready to go. But that's pretty much all they do for that side. They don't get really into the whole thing with Hanji, with that soldier that left for that, town. They don't talk about that, so that's going to be something probably brought up in the next in the next episode, since there's only 3 left. But you know what I mean there. So we'll see what happens there. Eren had asked, Rhino, and Bertolt, what did they, thought basically, when, he told them the story about, basically how they caused, or he did, at least caused, his mother to be stuck in his house and stuff like that, which ultimately killed her. And he said, honestly, I feel sorry for you. So, and then Eren just loses it and just says, so basically you're mass murderers and stuff like that. And so he says, I'm gonna take you down, for good. And Amir is like, Eren, stop that shit right now. If you don't stop this, I'm not gonna have any hope for you or whatever there. Don't really know what that means, but obviously Amir knows more stuff than Eren does right now when it comes to the Titan form, obviously, that we don't know yet. She goes on to basically say that, because Eren wants to know information. He wants to know, who's the enemy and stuff like that. And Amir basically says, I couldn't tell you. Where he had asked it twice, and he's like, I couldn't tell you. But Amir also talks about the monkey titan, which, the monkey titan is a mystery. We seen him in the first episode. We seen him in a couple others, and Rhino and Bertolt didn't really know about it, and they were like, oh, well, I could have, Amir was like, oh, I could have sworn you would have known something about it since you were all shocked by it. Monkey Titan or Beast Titan is basically trying to, get us or whatever. Something's gonna give when it comes to this monkey. I want to know the monkey Titan here, What's the monkey Titan going to do? Is he gonna get involved in the fight there or something like that? Not sure. He's just kind of a mystery. He examined their gear or whatever because he took the gear. Not sure if he's a human as well, but he's a mystery right now. He's very intelligent though for a titan, a monkey titan here. A Rhino also had asked Amir if he wanted to join. It wasn't too late, but he couldn't guarantee her safety or whatever. It's just for Krista, because he still loves her, like, because he has the split personality. He was still talking about her and stuff like that. I guess I also forgot to mention that Krista, or Historical, I guess I should call her since that's her actual name, Historica, Historica, is, still thinking about, Amir, and Amir, or I don't know if they showed that though. I think they showed it for Amir actually, because she wants to protect her. They showed like a flat. They showed like a, shot of Krista. It's easier to say Krista than Historica. Historica. Um, you know, I'm just gonna call her Krista for now. Okay, so Krista, they showed the little picture, a lot of flashbacks. I think they had shown Mako as, or yeah, Marco. I'm sorry, Marco. Um, in the they showed Marco in the they showed a flashback, of him getting eaten, and they showed Annie, Rhino, and Bertolt, and Rhino. I think, or no, was it Annie that had the tears? It was kind of weird because I seen Annie. She was like, I thought she had some tears on her too, which is kind of weird because we've never seen that from Annie throughout the entire, season one. So that was kind of weird. And then Rhino, he loses it and stuff, because he has this, split personality, I guess. As Amir alluded to. So they explained that Amir obviously didn't join Rhino. Eren had it said that there was like 1 hour left, and then that was the end of the episode. So it was just basically talking the entire time for the most part. A couple of things from the other people. They did show the green gunfire thing with the powder, or the smoke gun, I guess you could call it, a green smoke gun, which indicates that the soldiers are almost there. So the soldiers are coming to save Eren. So there is something that's going to happen. There's going to be a battle. Not sure again what happens to Rhino and Bertolt. Hopefully one of them gets killed or something like that. I think Bertolt honestly needs to get killed off here because he is the villain. Rhino technically is a villain, but he's got this split personality thing going on, so I could see him, doing some turn. Doesn't mean he won't go to jail still. I'm just saying that I could see him doing this turn because he's got this split thing going on. Just a couple of little predictions there. I guess since we got 3 episodes left. Little predictions. It's still interesting because we still don't really know. After all that rambling for most of the episode, they really still haven't given that much to us to, who they are. What Titans are they, or, why are they doing this? Amir had said that, couldn't tell ya, type stuff. So we know she knows more information about what's going on, but she's still, not saying anything. So we still don't know enough yet. Hopefully soon we will. But I thought the episode was okay. It's supposed to set up for the next episode. Which is basically a battle, or I'm assuming it will be a battle between the scouts versus the Bertolt and Rhino, and maybe Eren will get involved. I don't know. Maybe the gorilla will get involved, or maybe they're saving him for the end there. Not sure exactly. But like I said, they're in this forest, where the Titans are, and so we don't exactly know what's going to happen there, if those Titans are going to get involved or the abnormals will get involved. But a good episode overall. Build, for the next one, which is gonna really set shit up. I think. I think we're gonna finally find stuff out that we need to know. I would really like to know what happens with the key, but I'm gonna take a shot in the dark that we're not gonna find anything out about the key in this season, which sucks because in the first season they kind of talked about it and then they kind of just went in a different direction to focus on Annie. And it seems like, they mentioned it in the beginning, and then after that it just once again died out and they completely forgot about it. So once again, the key is basically an unsolved mystery. Not to take the pun away from the old Unsolved Mystery show, but that's what it basically is, an unsolved mystery. Anyways, I also want to say right now that this review is over and kind of giving my little tidbits about what's going to come up next, I want to mention, as some people might not know this, some people might just watch the stream and don't have cable. But if you don't have cable and you have the stream, the FunimationNow stream, you need to listen to this right now. There will be no Attack on Titan new episode next week because Toonami, Adult Swim Toonami on cable, has a holiday marathon of Attack on Titans for people to catch up with the series for people that have been missing it all week, or for the past 8 or 9 or whatever weeks it's been since it started. So there is no new episode. It's all the episodes up to this week's new episode that just came out. So FunimationNow will not have a new episode because they have to follow the Toonami schedule. So if Toonami does not air or premiere the new episode of Attack on Titan's English dub, FunimationNow cannot air that same episode the next day at 10 p.m. Eastern Time because that's how it works. Toonami airs the world premiere of the English dub on TV at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. 12:30 a.m. actually, I should say, Eastern Standard Time, midnight. And the next day at 10 p.m. on Sunday Eastern Standard Time, that's when FunimationNow would air that same episode. But Toonami has to air it first because that's what the contract states, that Toonami has to air it before FunimationNow stream service can air it. So for people that just have the stream service, you need to understand, because I know people had a bitch fit on Twitter, excuse my French, but I was debating somebody about this and tried to explain to him, they did advertise it, and I'm sure somebody's going to not get it again or not get the memo again, but Toonami has the rights to air it before FunimationNow does. That's just how the deal works. It has nothing to do with, some people say, well, because Funimation dubs it, that gives them the right to air it first. No, that's not how contracts work, buddy, or everyone that's watching. That's not how it works. Toonami has the contracted premier TV broadcast rights. They have the right to air it before anybody else does, including stream services. So that's why that happens. But be happy you have it, because a lot of stream users that don't have cable can't watch the English dub of Dragon Ball Super legally right now. So you should count your blessings. Well, that is if you guys are legitimately watching it legally, I should say. Only the subtitle is available for Super. So you should count your blessings that at least you can watch the stream service the next day when you get it. Well, after it airs on Toonami, of course. At least you get it there. So that's just my thing to tell, just stream users that are watching this review that don't know about it being on Toonami or don't watch cable or don't have cable anymore. That's why it happened. That's why it will happen when you don't get it next week. So yeah. So I wanted to explain that it's because of the 4th of July weekend, basically, and Toonami does holiday marathons. Not all holiday marathons, but the majority of them they do. So yeah. So that's about it. Like I said, tell me what you guys thought about the episode and what you think's coming up next for the English dub, because obviously this is English dub review. We don't watch the subtitles. Well, at least I don't. So, which keeps it surprising. You know what I mean there? Surprising as possible. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here.